Independence Day, ang saya ng mga estudyante, walang klase. Hindi nila alam, kulang na lang tayo magpa-party. Mas masaya tayo dun eh. Walang pasok. Pero pag Teacher's Day, sorry na lang, may pasok. Goodbye holiday. Yan. Happy Teacher's Day pa rin sa inyo. Ano ba ang guro? Ano ba ang guro? What is a teacher? Bakit kailangang merong Teacher's Day? Para sa akin, ito siguro yung tagahingar, tagabigay ng project, okay, tagagawa ng lesson plan. Lesson plan. Yan, everyday. Pero buti na lang may lesson plan na ngayon. Yan. Yun yung teacher sa iba. Sa inyo, anong teacher? Lalaki. Okay, sa inyo na lang.
Mga madams and sirs, indeed, we are happy despite of this situation that we are experiencing, as long as we have the love and fervor to do our job. And one of the characteristics of being a teacher is a communicator. In our situation today, that media is usually used to communicate or to communicate. It's the mode of learning. So I would like to share to you my reflection about the theology of communication. Goal: to communicate a message about God or Jesus Christ. The truth about God. Communicator should communicate the truth. What is the truth? Wisdom. And that is eternal. Life-giving, not killing, versus the culture of death. Hope, something liberational, human, to uplift the human spirit. As we observe today, in this kind of situations, we need to uplift one another, especially you teachers and the students and also the parents who are experiencing difficulties. Ecological must be flourishing, and religions, dialogue, liberation from discrimination. I know that teachers also experience discrimination from parents, maybe. There are a lot of questions. I heard and I read something na sabi nila mga teachers walang ginagawa. Sabi ni Ma'am Marx kanina. But they do not know the fact that teachers are also doing their best. But don't give up. So these are the strategies. Words, spoken language, best way to communicate a message. Symbols, media is proclaiming the culture of consumerism. Most importantly is to be witness. You are a witness. Stand for the truth. And celebration, we celebrate what we proclaim. And what we proclaim are truth, life, and hope. So, as teachers, you give life to your students, to other people, and you give hope also to other people, to inspire them to continue despite of the crisis that they are experiencing in their daily lives. Man is a social being by nature. Man needs others in order to survive and to attain his goal in life. One of the special gifts of God to man is the capacity to communicate, which we cannot find in other creatures. By means of communication, we are able to understand each other, to know more each other, and to be able to form communities, not to divide communities, not to divide ourselves. We are able to understand each other. Not only that, through communication, we learn many things about our lives, environment, and our origin, and most especially about our Creator. God gave us this special gift to communicate, but with great responsibility. Communication can be used either in the positive way or negative way. As we observe in Facebook, others use this mean of communication to destroy others. Communication in the positive way is a healthy kind of communication because it promotes the well-being of man, while communication on the negative way destroys man. For example, relationship. There is a tendency that communication can be a tool to destroy good relationship, like in the family, in the school, in the community. We all know media is very powerful when it comes to communication because it is through media that people all over the world able to know what is happening. The media people should always remember that whatever they communicate have a great impact on the life of people. It can change and shape the lifestyle and even behavior of people who receive it. First page. In order for us to understand more about communication, we try to study the elements of the theology of communication. Anya ti goal na? The goal of communication should be to communicate a message about God. That is the main goal of communication. What is happening in the social media today, the focus of their communication is more on the temporal aspect. It seems that they forget about God who gave this capacity to communicate. This is the big challenge to the media practitioners, that they must review first the content of their message before delivering to the listeners if it aims for the better glory of God. As dapat lang kada tayo, lang media practitioners, but all of us. Uray no kunada nga free, yung message in Facebook o no messenger, but we need also to scrutinize our message before posting. The truth about God. This challenge communicators to communicate the truth, not the other way around. As a source of information, media practitioners should really digest the message they are going to relate to people. If it speaks about the truth, for example, of a certain issue. Because if they relay the wrong news, then it may cause misunderstanding to the listeners. And if this is the case, then it will create conflict in the society. What is happening in the media broadcast is that there is no balance between the positive and the negative. Many times, they focus more on the negative aspect, and many times also seems that they don't really investigate on the issue they are reporting, whether it is true or not. So the challenge, but muna tayo nga, we must stand on the truth. life-giving. Media can be used to promote life if it is used properly in communicating messages to people like, for example, through media, people are informed about natural calamities that destroys life, about what is happening in our country, both the bad and the good news. But media, on the other hand, on the other side, can also be used to destroy life. For example, there are people use the media to promote their own personal interests at the expense of others, like the promotion of laws that are anti-life. They use communication to communicate to people about their agenda, but in a positive way, convince people. But at the back of it, it does not promote life, but destroy it instead. Hope. As kuna tayo na tayo, na kayo iti bangtan iti hope. Ang nangruna ka nang iti estudyante. Media can be used to bring hope to people, most especially to those who are in the state of losing their faith to God. In our country, we could not really forego or avoid frustrations, depressions, and sadness caused by natural calamities. Example, this pandemic that our country experiences every year. For instance, the tragic event, the typhoon, nagitiyang nga mapaspasama. Yeah? But we should not lose hope. Kung na kayo nga teacher, aday ti big role yo iti dayta. Human uplift, the human spirit. In the example that I have given, we can see the power of communication to uplift people who are in their down moments in life. The victims of the typhoon, for example, were given courage and hope through the messages they received from people who are concerned about their situation. The concrete example of this is the message of Pope Francis when he visited the Philippines to the victims of the typhoon, which uplift their spirit and strengthen their faith. But there are also downfalls in this aspect of communication. For instance, there are reports that destroy the credibility and dignity of people, especially those who are in the government positions. Some people use media to destroy their fellow men because of their personal motives. Communication can be used in the positive and negative ways. The challenge, therefore, for the media men is to strike the balance. And I know also that you experience this with this kind of situation that we are in. Example, there are people nag-iimbagatay na tayo nga nagiti teachers agsenseldo awat their aramidan na. But I encourage you not to be discouraged with these kinds of comments. As long as you are on the right way, then continue. Communication is a powerful tool. Religious dialogue, as what is happening now, we read in the newspapers, we see the televisions, the things that are happening, particularly between the Christians and the Muslims, because of religion and faith. Lives are being sacrificed. I believe that through communication and proper dialogue, these issues will be resolved. You as teachers in a Catholic institution, this is one also of your responsibility to promote dialogue within the students. We know that there are students who are not Catholics, but this challenges us to promote unity, not division. In our country, there are many things that are happening, both good and bad. We come to know all these things through communication, through words and messages we heard from others, and through readings of written materials. But one of the problems that we encounter is the culture of silence. Many times, this culture of silence is practiced most especially when it comes to testifying or proclaiming the truth. Last page po. Witness stand for truth. To stand for the truth is one of the most difficult things to do, most especially on the part of the people who are in the media. Because of fear and dangers that underlies upon it, we heard stories of media people who lose their lives because they stand for the truth by proclaiming the evils that are happening in our society. This is also the challenge of the Gospels, that we must stand for the truth, as our Lord Jesus Christ experienced it when He proclaimed the truth. He was put to death by those people who did not accept the message of Christ. To be a witness then is a great sacrifice. Like your profession, I know it is also a great sacrifice on your part. But we need to stand for the truth. Celebration. We celebrate what we proclaim. In our culture, we are fond of celebrations like this. Happy Teacher's Day. We always celebrate every time good things happen in our lives. And for instance, we achieve something. Celebration is one way of communicating the love of God to us. In communication, we have the right to celebrate every time we have done something good to our fellow men. So let us celebrate. Happy Teacher's Day. Kada kayo.
Okay, hindi ako kasali dyan.
Jai, ang kubli nga itak na diay kwa.
Rika! Okay, ang question ka!
Dapat ang kubli ka.
Sample daw, sample.
Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day, thank you for this food. May you bless and sanctify it for the nourishment of our body as we continue our activity this day, so that it is only for your glory and for the good of our co-workers and colleagues. As we ask your prayer, Lord. Amen. And again, para kayo
Happy Teacher's Day! As we continue our program, please find a comfortable seat.
Yes, and
Kahit ito'y mahakan na. Mga circle. Budel 5. Tapat mo. Kain mo.
Dapat mo.
the music organizer. Father, hanggang penanakan.
Wait, Pwede man dessert. Mabalin. Ha? Lak, napabili ko eh.
Surprise ka kay Father.
Pwede man tabi bukot ikitanda.
Ang gusto tayo, dapat tayo manay na volleyball dalawa.
Father, volleyball. Esther.
Awal pa itintan mo yan.
Tingin sa camera din yan.
Ay, kung naka-record na.
Kanina ka eh, kung tao doon, nagano yung tao. Harap niya eh. Tingin sa camera. Ano? Jeff Dudet eh. Anak ni Tita Sky ah.
Me first. Ngayon pa yan na sir ka.
Pero kami lang eh.
Sunlan. Pinopot ko ah. Naginat-hinaan.
Di ba tiket ipangyagaan nyo dito eh. Okay, next round. Kaya salad na. Kaya awan dito. Awan di kutsara. Hindi mo ti kutsara.
Ay, ba yun? Magdastos yung sinunod. Or siya?
Awan ti ito. Hindi siya man tiket.
Sally?
Ito mo. Ito. Ito.
Ito lang tayo ah. Order hindi yun.
Wala ako. Agents and then
Video nila na
Bagay ko din.
Subscribe kayo lang.
Upload man yun.
Shimmer din.
Ate, pwede mo na siya pamida. Hoy, dapat i-constant.
Masaya na ha.
Mr. Maha, kayo.